Hey, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. As you can see, in transit, meditating on a couple of things, talking to a couple of brothers in the spirit, and reflecting, what I'm saying, examining, of course, as we're commanded to do, man, and examine yourselves, see whether you be of faith or not, man, and as the days go on, as we draw closer and closer to D-Day, to Judgment Day, so to speak, man, with everything that's taking place in the world right now, ultimately the Heavenly Father is working, man. He's doing everything that He said He was going to do, and the Spirit, is definitely heightening, on both the left hand and on the right hand side, man. It's just, there's a, this thing is coming to an end, man. There's a climax that this thing is reaching to, but you can also feel it, within your own spirit, and you can see it happening, and outside of you, okay? But nevertheless, one thing I want to, harp on, I typically revisit the topic, like, the majority of my topics, and I know brothers as well, things are going, things are repetitive, okay? Because repetition is the father of skill, it's a saying, and it's the same exact way with the Heavenly Father, through the Son. He wrote things down for us to be able to, in many different books, these things are reiterated, multiple times, because us being in this flesh, man, we're imperfect, man. We're not perfect. As much as we would like to retain and remember and practice, and to be on point at all times, we're not. We're definitely not, man. Okay, and you're gonna fall. You're gonna make mistakes, but as the scripture says, a just man falls 7 times and get it back up, but the wicked falleth into mischief, man. Okay, so we have to keep striving for the masteries, man. We have to keep, fighting, the good fight of faith. And within, the fight, man, you learn, man. You learn a lot of things, man. About yourself, about the Lord, okay. And like I said, one thing what I wanted to speak on very briefly, or however long the Spirit has it, is the attribute, all right, of patience, man. What is that? It's a saying. Well, patience is a virtue, man. All right, it's a it's a manly thing, man. It's one of the attributes that's required, for us to have, man. It's a commandment that we have that, man. The spirit of patience. Okay, when you go into patience, it just means simply to suffer, man. Okay, and brothers, across the world, always, we love to bring up that, Sirach, the 2nd chapter. It speaks about when thou art brought to a low estate, man. All right. To roughly paraphrasing, to bear it, to suffer it, man, and to deal with it, right? And we have, man, we have the greatest examples, man, that are written within the scriptures, man, right? All of our forefathers, at some point in time had to endure, right? Had to endure, because what that enduring means, it literally means to harden, man. And it's the spirit, because brothers know I do move. I'm constantly on the roll, and I'm picking up things and dropping them off. But one of the things that I stumbled upon today, is one of the things that I'm actually transporting is stones, man. When I pulled up to this place. It's crazy, man. It's the spirit, that the actual name of the company was my stone at the end of it, man. And through the patience, through the suffering, the Lord is building tolerance, man. Through the pain and through the suffering, it builds a natural callous. Okay? And it may, well, not may, it is grievous, man. It's grievous. Shit, man. It's grievous in the moment, okay? It's grievous in the moment, but at the same time, what fruits does it yield, man? Okay? It yields a innumerable amount of spiritual gifts, ultimately, man. That what you in order to obtain these things, in order to obtain that hardness, man, in order to be fortified, you have to. There's a process to it, man. All right. I've used when I was younger. Even coming into my, which I never was able to get into it. The Spirit just didn't have me. It was always something that popped up when I wanted to do it. It was just playing the guitar, which I had a couple of them. But something would always happen. But the point I wanted to make, the point I wanted to make was that when you play the guitar, your fingers, you play so much, actually it starts to hurt your fingers, but over time, the tip of your fingers will build a callus, man. Okay? And then you get to a point where as you're learning these notes, all right, and you're learning how to play this instrument, all right, and over time, and you're able to play this instrument without basically being numb in your fingers, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just to correlate the two. The Lord is helping us build calluses, man, and giving us this stability. Hey, what is that? Isaiah 33:6, because it's important that we receive it now. But you don't want it. How can you receive it when the shit hits the fan, so to speak, man? When the Lord starts pouring out His indignation, man, from astronomical, if I even pronounce that right, astronomical amount. You know what I'm saying? When the judgment is heightened, the wisdom, it says Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of thy times. Okay, and the strength of thy salvation. It says the fear of the Lord is His treasure, man. Okay. So the stability that we're going to be able to apply in that day is going to be the wisdom and the knowledge that the Lord has given to us, man. But the thing about the wisdom and knowledge is what? We spoke about it last week, man. Is wisdom? I believe I think it may be in Sirach, the 4th chapter or the 6th chapter. Wisdom is solid, but it speaks about wisdom taking you on those crooked ways, man. Okay. Bringing dread upon you, man. Basically putting hell on you. To ultimately to see if she can trust you, man. Alright? Alright? And that's what this thing is about, man. This is about the Lord being able to trust. If He can trust you with the gift, okay? He doesn't just give out gifts as if they're just, like you know what I'm saying? Like how this world treats gifts as, man. Here it is, you get, you give your children a toy, or you give somebody something, all right? After a period of time, those gifts get old to certain people, man. All right? And when those gifts get old, what do? They throw them out, man. But this wisdom, man, is to be desired above all things, man. Rubies, okay? Women, whatever you so-called desire the most in the flesh, or whatever you can think is more desirable, okay, that you put chiefly, amongst, desires, gold or whatever it may be, man. Wisdom is over that all, okay? But in order, as I said, in order for you to be able to obtain that, man, the Lord has to, He ain't gonna just give you something. He ain't gonna just give you, you know what I'm saying? You have to show yourself responsible and reliable, right? that's what it is, man. Okay? So, you know, like I said, going back to the original point, which being the calcification of us, man, us being made, you know, like stones, man, right? Those stones, right? It's gonna what, man? It's ultimately gonna build the temple of the Lord, man, because we are the temple. We are the temple of the Lord. You know, each man being a representation, you know, of that unhewn stone, man, right? That the Lord is shaping and molding, okay, to fit, all right, in the body or in the foundation or in the structure that's being built, right? Okay. So you got to respect the process and understand it and try, you know, to the best of your ability, remain spiritual. You have to remain spiritual in every situation, man. And it's easier said than done. Okay, easier said than done. Okay, but nevertheless we got to do it, man. We got to do it. We signed up for it, you know, and it ain't no turning back. There's no turning back from this thing, man. You know, it's you in this thing, and there's no turning back. Okay. So, you know, that's the point, man. I don't want to ramble on. You know, man, just we gotta respect the process and understand that, you know, we're being fortified, man. You know, we're being built, right? And it can hurt sometimes, but we gotta accept it. You know, so that's the point.